Howdy, kumquats. How you doing out there in YouTube land? Guess where I am? If you can't tell, I'm in the forest. Look at that, look at that. That's right, I'm back in Northern California. I don't think I had time to mention this to you all. I hope this is working. You know, I realize it's kind of like a disadvantage the way I run this channel, because a lot of people just do lives and they don't edit anything, and then that's it. Oh, the mosquitoes are so bad right now. But it's okay, they're gonna burn off soon because it's gonna get a lot hotter. And then all the little parasites are gonna be leaving. I think it's metaphorical too, but they're driving me a little crazy right now. So anyway, I run this channel like kind of parallel to my actual life, right? Like I teach by example mainly as an artist, like my life is my project, but I'm always working on interesting things, and I live a very alternative life, and I have, you know, seen a lot of things, been a lot of places, and just offer different perspective to you all. So I hope you're enjoying it. And for those of you who are new, welcome. For the returning people, you guys know that I was working on a big show, and it was kind of like a little bit of a return for me because I accidentally took a year off from performing, which I never meant to do. And I wound up staying back in Baltimore for a year, which also I didn't really mean to do. But you know, life has just been so uncertain, and I lost a lot of things out here, and life was really hard for me for a while. I mean, during the pandemic, obviously, but then also, you know, just I moved here May 1st of 2020, and I had a warehouse for 3 years that I built out, and I was like, I wound up living there illegally, which I didn't ever want to do. I never want to live like in the middle of my art stuff because it's just too much. I need a break from it. But and then got evicted after 3 years, and I was just so lost, you guys, and drifting, and I wanted to stay out here, and I went to the coast even exploring that, and came back, and then just went back to Baltimore. So it's been like a thing, you know, between here and there. But like I really see this as almost like the two hemispheres of my brain, or, you know, my life, where it's like there's the East Coast and the West Coast, and like I'm just at that place where I want both. I need the city mouse, country mouse. It's not just enough to live in one or the other. I mean, although if I had to choose, I would choose nature, because, you know, it, like when I'm lonely, you know, nature is all the solace that you'll ever need. It's really amazing. So I'm so happy to be back here. What happened is that I ended up getting asked to come dog sit for one of my closest dog friends. You guys know I've been a dog sitter, dog boarder, dog person since the LA days. Well, always. I'm just an animal person, but I really learned to speak dog as a dog walker for like 3.5 years in LA. And then when I was out here, it's more boarding dogs, because it's just like the forest. It's not really a walking situation, and things are far away. So it's more like you just either stay at the house or they come and stayed with me a lot. And so there was one dog named Kiki who I watched since she was a little puppy. She was like not even 6 months old. And oh my God, she would just like terrorize everything and get into so many scrapes, literally like come back all mangled up. And I'd be like, where did you go? Why is your leg bleeding? What is going on with you? And I have to like she doesn't wear a collar like with her dad, you know, but I put a collar on her because I had my phone number on there because she was always running off. Anyway, we're super close, and her dad was like, you know, can you come out and sit at the house with her? And I was like, yeah, because I wanted to get back here. You know, I left part of my heart here, but I didn't know a way back, and I just didn't want to come back and like be living in my truck and scraping by. It was too hard. Like, I don't wish that on anybody. And it's like the way that housing regulations are and stuff. I mean, they're always cracking down on people even living in trailers on properties. It's like a genuine housing crisis. Like, no one should have to live in a vehicle, like, unless they really want to. Like, I don't enjoy that at all, you know, but it's like I was forced into these situations sometimes, just trying to like pay my storage rent or like hold on to my studio or whatever. And man, it just took it out of me, and it made me really gun shy about coming back, because I didn't have a boyfriend out here. I didn't have many friends. I don't know, you know, a lot of these people came here from San Francisco, from the Bay, so they already had a community. I didn't hang out in the Bay. I didn't know anybody. Like, I just was doing me and my thing, and like, you know, a lot of people were threatened about that and made it kind of difficult for me. And you know, and just being alone. And then my father passed, and just like so much shit, you guys. We've just been through so much the last few years. Which reminds me of this pine cone. So I love all the fresh pine cones are dropping right now. And they're so beautiful, you guys. I just love these pine cones. It's like a hard wood. It's so brilliant. And so, like, you know, they say that this is what our pineal gland is like, that it opens like a pine cone. And some spiritual people have said that, like, the controllers, like, dumbed us down to such an extent that we went from being 12-strand DNA to two. So it's almost as if, like, this was all that could open in us down here. And it's all, like, sideways, like, squishing out, like, trying to come out. But you can get there, that you can start opening it, especially with nature. Like, it literally opens your consciousness like a pine cone. And I just love it. I'm going to show you guys all the pine cones. They're all dropping right now. They're all fresh and beautiful, and each one's so precious. And just like our own pineal gland, it's like each little curve and bend and the way it unfurls, it just gives it character. And yeah. Anyway, in this episode, you're going to see a showgirl preparing. So this was like, you know, kind of like coming back after a year break. And I was still doing like basic yoga, but not like training circus things. I haven't done that in a couple years. And, you know, like my splits, my back bends, my stuff like that. So, you know, I'm 50, post-menopause. Yeah, just like, all right, let's see what's going on. So, you know, for the show, it's like the same things. Like I said, I need a lot of space for what I do. So I had to kind of like, why I got hung up at my friend's house for so long. It's like a really tall house with like stairs and like, you know, there's space, but it's not like big, wide space. It's like vertical kind of. And I need a space to do like painting and crafty work. And then I need like the wood shop cutting space. And then I need the rehearsal space. And those are like the 3 different areas that I always need in my studio. So that's why it's like hard for me to just like live in a normal, you know, it's like if I have to pay 2 rents, it's like I need that more. I need to be able to do my work more than anything. So anyway, I was trying to carve out some spaces to work, and I got kind of waylaid like working on this like side project to make this picnic table out of some wood that was honestly in my way, but also I wanted to be able to sit outside and eat some meals, and also just like reconfigure this space. So I'm trying to like carve out rooms and spaces to work and like getting things set up to expand the show, and then also just trying to get back into my body and find out, you know, what wants to come out of me. I mean, the show wound up being a one-woman show, which was not my plan, not what I wanted. It's really hard to do that. It was very hard, and I did it, and I loved it. And spoiler alert, the show was fantastic. Old friends, new friends. It was just so many surprises. Some things I planned didn't work out. Some things I didn't plan worked out. Lots of fun things. It was great. Like, I was coasting on a high for 2 days, but I also was a little delirious because the day after the show, I mean, it's like threw everything just in the living room. I had to get on a plane at 6 a.m. Monday morning, the day after the show. And then I flew here. So I made it just in time. And I never would have found this place if I hadn't gotten here so early, because Kiki's dad and Beal, there's 2 dogs. He came along later. But yeah, so I just made it here, and I've just been decompressing and glowing and very happy. So I'm excited to share this episode with you. You're just going to see the beginning stages of it. It's a little out of order, which I don't kind of mind, like chronologically, but you know, it's all from the beginning part of me getting to work on the show. So that's what you're going to see. I'll see you at the end. Isn't the light beautiful? Oh, so pretty right over here. Oops. Oh, so pretty, right? I had one more swing before I had to take it down for a little bit, just so I could use the space for rehearsing. I need to rig up a fly system. And then I had to clean. It was really dirty and gross. I was rolling around on the floor and kept getting crap all over me. So I had to clean this. Okay, so we're about just under 3 weeks from my show. And of course I decided I needed some different space to work in. So I was like, oh, it's time to clean this. And this, I swear, I really hope it's not a distraction tactic. I mean, it's kind of my Virgo moon. Like, I got to get really organized, and it kind of all happens at once. I mean, life is the show, you know? So this is just kind of a tour of the status of this back house, which is the more original colonial part of the house, which if you haven't watched the episode with the Privy Diggers, please do. That was a really fun one, just about some Baltimore history too, and the history of this house. So anyway, I hadn't really been able to work in there all winter because it just got too cold. There's no insulation or anything. So it had finally just warmed up, and this is like my first time really like kind of just getting the lay of the land again. Oh, Lord. Using some ancient paint. Paint is so dang expensive right now. This is like an old, might have been an Oops paint, but it is an outdoor exterior semi-gloss, which is pretty good for a picnic table, but God, it's ugly. Gray. Ugh. Gonna have to be creative here, as usual. But we're gonna bring this back to life. Time to wait for more paint to dry. My favorite thing. It's funny how doing this project, oh, they got a drip over here, had to come before I could, it's like this, because I needed to cut the wood and I need this outside. It was taking up space. The wood is taking up space. I'm trying to like use up the old wood. I really don't like wood laying around. I just feel like it should be used. It's like produce, you know? Like, build the damn thing. Don't sit the wood around. And then move it along. If you can't use it, like, move it along. But, you know, I always have scraps and stuff. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to wait for this paint to dry. And then I'm going to move on to a project that I started first thing this morning. Got some goops here. Just cleaning up the edges a little bit. Yeah, see. I'm just gonna clean that up. I had to put it on thick. Had to lay it on thick, y'all, because this wood is kind of gnarled and old and all the things. Pretty dry though, so that's good. But it had some sanding, and I really wanted to get the ends really saturated with paint because it's gonna be outside. And this is an outdoor semi-gloss, which is great. Very durable, and it also has primer in it. So that's, even though it's not my favorite color, I'm going to use it as a dark base for something else bright, which will be fun. And make it work. Oops paint even is so expensive these days. Okay. I mean, sometimes I wish the process wasn't like this, where it's like, it just feels like everything all at once. Because I just, like, need more space. I need to be able to work and spread out and, like, completely, like, explode in the mess area. And right now, it can't do that. And this has been the project. Like, this is why I came here. This is why I've stayed. Like, so it's just like, it just needs to be happening, and I couldn't be back in this part. This is like the addition. There's no insulation. There's a power strip run from the basement, but there's no plumbing, no water, no insulation. So it's like, I got to get in here because it's going to get hot as hell too soon. But like this whole area is just a mess. That's why I started with this bench project, just to move some of this wood out. Because right now it's just a spider's den. And I just need this cleaned out so that I could organize this. Then I can build myself a little sign making, puppet making shop proper, but at least the 1.0 proper. So it's just like, my body feels better. My hip, knee, back thing, IT band thing, I did heal it yesterday, so that's good. I feel much better today, but just aggravated by the amount of work and also not having as many power tools because my stuff's in storage. Just gonna get a screwdriver out and do what I can, y'all. This isn't even the year that I won. But it's a good time to clear the trophies off. Just gotta clean the trophies off here. Got some more up there. That's right. Looks like a pageant queen, but really it's a performance art burlesque trophy. My second runner-up, 2008. That was the second time I competed. I competed 5 times before I won. I won on the 5th time. I think this was the second time I competed.
From that video game I've seen, you know what I mean? I didn't know what this meant.
Stargate.
Yeah, that too. We loved Stargate growing up. My dad was obsessed with it, even before our experiences. It was his favorite show. But anyway, so I started thinking about this stuff really deeply. I'm like, what does it mean? What does it mean? It's like, on the one hand, I believe this because I'm seeing these kinds of things in my eyes, and I know my dad is telling me the truth.
And he said, well, it wasn't really a flying saucer or a ship. It was more like an orb that turned into an angel. And I'm like, okay.
I'm excited about this. I think it turned out pretty good. I just sanded it up a little bit. It's a really nice wood, old palette. I'm using it for my outdoor tools. Okay, so this is the very humble beginning. We're just establishing a baseline. It's like a month from my show. And, you know, so it's like a lot of things have changed. And I was looking for musicians and everybody's like really busy. It's kind of a crazy time of year. So I'm having to prepare for the fact that it might literally be a one-woman show. So, yeah. I'm like just dealing with that and I'm trying to prepare what that would be, but also hoping that I can pull together some musicians for a band, which is really how I envision the show. Cause I just, you know, my stuff is very visual. And so that requires like costume changes and resetting props and things like that. So, you know, I like working with bands is where I'm at. I don't really enjoy doing just variety shows anymore. I moved on to like what I call cabaret theater, and now it's just like, I don't even know what it is because I'm still making it up. Like this is me like really figuring out what it is to be middle-aged and have done the things that I love doing and still believe in, and you know, about being a sexy clown and yeah, just the power of laughter and how easy it can be, and I really miss it. And so it's been a year since I've done a show, and this is like a really long break, but also like I'm realizing it feels really good to come back. And even though it's hard, like it's very humbling, like where I'm starting out from is not, you know, I wished I had maintained some things a little better in terms of my acrobatic stuff that I, you know, used to do so easily. So, you know, I'm just gonna see what I feel like doing and what, you know, it's like everything's different. My body's different after menopause. It's like my ego doesn't really, it's like, I know I have to do this. I'm in service to my art and it just has to go somewhere. And this is how I want to use my creativity. So it's like, sometimes, you know, you just set it all in motion and then I'm along for the ride too, you know? So it's like an evolving thing. Anyway, I'm enjoying like it being a little challenging, and even though like I might be going a little too fast or too hard. Like my knees were a little swollen yesterday, so I was doing something a little wonky, or I don't know what that was about. So, you know, I'm just kind of working through these little like pings and pangs that are coming up. And yeah, I mean, it's humbling, but it's also like, it's, you know, it feels good to like be coming back and to know also like how far away I went. And that's like hard, you know. I didn't want to do that. It was like a lot of circumstances just with the last few years, you know, and I know everybody has their version of this. So I'm just sharing, you know, what it's like to come back to yourself. So let's see where we're at here. We're gonna just see how my shoulder flexibility is. This will be an easy one to measure. Okay. So see, this is like humbling to revisit after having worked so hard. I mean, I was like 31 maybe when I went to circus school, and it was like a lot of 19 and 20-year-olds. So it was already like really challenging physically for me then. So I think that's why I'm just not worried, because like I didn't grow up doing gymnastics or dance or anything. So that was one of the reasons I really felt like I needed those 2 years in circus school to condition my body, because it's just so different. It's like, you know, you're like an athlete. So I don't know, but I ended up really enjoying it. It's like, that's why in yoga they always say that, you know, not all discomfort is pain, and there's a difference. And so you need to know the difference. And like the discomfort is actually like kind of, ooh, you know, it's like, I don't know, special kind of kink, I guess. If you like, you know, really like working out those tight spots, it's like you can kind of get into it because you use your breath. And so anyway, having done all that already, and that was like really hard, and I only got as far as I got, so I just had to like manage my expectations and be like, well, you know, some is better than none. I'm just gonna do the best that I can. And you know, I can get pretty type A about stuff, so I'm pretty disciplined in general. So if I can get into a groove, if I can actually break through and make a new pattern, like I have a chance at like getting a lot of skills back, I bet. The many ways that we've been lied to, it's especially about age. Like, like I'm just not gonna be told how it's gonna look or what my body's gonna be able to do or how I'm supposed to look or behave. Like I'm gonna keep doing the things I love for as long as I can, and I'm just kind of deepening into a different relationship with how to get there. But I'm still, you know, able to do some stuff, and I'm gonna find out what that is. And I'm always gonna be pushing the limit of what that is. I mean, that's like to be alive, you know? That I have a lot of humility right now, trying to get my splits back. But I also have a lot of, I don't know, just joy. Like it's been a hard road to get here, and I'm still here, and I'm still trying, and I'm like, that feels great. That actually feels great. And maybe that's enough, you know? Maybe it is. Oh. You can't even see how low I am. Damn it. Maybe it's better that way. I can imagine. Yeah. It's good to be alive, y'all. Feels good. It's intense. It's really intense. I'm not going to deny that, but it actually feels really good. And I'm going to sleep really good tonight. Oh, wait, something's missing. Better lighting? Oh, I see. Something's missing. There we go. That's looking a little more like something, hey? I may look like I'm fucking around, but I'm dead serious. No problemo. I solve problems. If there's a problem that needs solving, I'm on the case. This is a good time to mention a really important part of my process, which is just staying in this state of playful curiosity. And really, that's how all the magic happens. Like, I just have to get out of my own way and start playing. And if I'm amusing myself, so far, it's also amused others. So that's really what I set out to do, is just to amuse and delight myself and then share it. It's just good to like get all the stuff on again and practice quick changes. Like, even if I don't feel like rehearsing, or just thinking about the characters and playing around, figuring out transitions, things like that. And I'm also experimenting with makeup. Like, I haven't liked wearing foundation in a long time. I mean, really, drag queens just like went too far. It's like everybody's face looks airbrushed. So I'm like, I'm not gonna wear any foundation. How about that? So this is what it looks like. No foundation, just the clown makeup. I mean, it's so clowny. It's like, just, it is what it is. But it's there to accentuate my features from far away. So this is kind of fun. I don't even have eyelashes on. It's just liquid eyeliner, 2 shades of eyeshadow, kind of like a peachy. And then I did big brows. A little bit cheeks. We're experimenting. Things are getting very experimental around here. So how do I sum up this week, huh? What do we learn? It's just been very humbling. You know, I'm reminded like how much I need people to keep my energy going. There's only so much you can do on your own. And it's like, we've all spent a lot of time alone. Me especially. Waiting for things to sort of right themselves before I would come out again. But it just feels like it's got to come out. We got to come out. So I guess that's it. That's the message, you know? Can't do it alone. So I'm building it. I'm building it. I mean, yeah, things feel different. My body feels different. My body, like, you know, I started getting back to pushing it a little bit more. Kind of in, not an old, like an old way, but with sensitivity, but I still gave myself a injury a little bit from a lot of things, just pushing. Had to take a little break, heal a little bit, and I do feel stronger. Like, I definitely got over some hump. But it's pretty humbling. And, you know, moving my body again and getting to feel this thing. Feel like, you know, I'm a little thicker than I used to be. But I like my curves. I don't mind looking like a sausage in its casing. I think my little rolls are kind of cute, really, but I don't know. I just always figured nudity is fun and it would never get tired, especially if you're able to laugh. I like laughing about stuff. So, still going, couple weeks to go. I'm building it. I'm counting on you to come. Okay, well, before I go, I thought I'd give you a little tour of the inside of my truck. It's so cute. Got a nice comfy bed. And got a little clock up there. Got my little things. Got a pair of scissors. Got a headlamp. I need to get a new battery for that. Got a dog leash, a double dog leash. We got a pee bucket and some toilet paper. Oops, that's the lid for the bucket. And we got a dustpan. Never always need that. Yeah. Kiki, come say hi. Come here. Come on. Get up here. There she is. Where's my pal Kiki? Oh, there she is. And Unveil. Hi, guys. I know they're making a mess of my bed, but I love them. I let you. I let you. All right, you guys. We're going to be here for a little bit. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Kiki. Kiki. Who's Kiki? Who's a Kiki? Look at that little snout. Look at that little snout. Yeah. She's my pal.